Greetings from Lamar Valley in Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. Today we begin a new phase of the trip, which is going to be even more fast-paced. I have about 3 weeks to make it all the way to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I want to add all the states I'm still missing in my map, at least the ones between here and there. I think it is safe to say we have earned that Wyoming sticker, and forgive me, but I am going to cheat a little with Montana. Now we still have a lot of map to fill out, so enjoy the journey. Today we're doing the Beartooth Highway, then Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore, as we continue.
Driving to the east, going home. I got me knowing for too long. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
We are entering Montana, as the almost invisible sign on the left would seem to indicate. The northeastern entrance to Yellowstone here marks the beginning, or the end, depending on which way you go, of the Beartooth Highway, which we'll be driving for the next 68 miles or so. This is Silver Gate here, along with the slightly larger Cook City coming up ahead. They are strategically located right here, between Yellowstone and the Beartooth Highway. They seem pretty nice, plenty of lodging and activities. If I wasn't towing my house, this could be an option. Cook City here actually pretty big, and there's gas, so let's fill up the tank because there's probably not gonna be another gas station until Red Lodge on the other side of the pass. This is considered an all-American road and a National Scenic Byway. We're gonna go up to 10,947 feet or 3,337 meters above sea level, all the way up there at Beartooth Pass. By the way, I didn't see a sign, but we're back in Wyoming and there's a scenic overlook. And I can use a break. Let's check out the scenic overlook here. There's Minitini the trailer and the Colorado, and that's an amazing looking mountain. Pilot Peak, over 11,500 feet. I just saw a sign that vehicles over 40 feet are not advised on this road. I think we'll be okay. Up and up we go. Let's stop really quick here and take in the view. Very nice views, actually, and I'm sure they're only gonna get better. Did you know this is the highest elevation road in Wyoming, Montana, and the whole northern Rockies? I mean, we even have some snow up here in late August. In any case, let's continue going up. This here to the left is called the Top of the World store, but we still gotta go a little higher. We're almost there, almost above the tree line. Approaching Beartooth Pass, and this is not for the faint of heart. Beautiful views, looking that way. gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna change the battery on the GoPro on the roof. And we're gonna continue. Oh, what a view. Going higher and higher on these switchbacks. Well, we've made it to the Beartooth Pass summit. Here, elevation 10,947 feet. MSL, above sea level. And there's a sign to prove it. Oh yeah, what a view. The Beartooth Pass here. We're gonna go back into Montana here really soon and continue the journey. It's kind of chilly. It's probably 60 degrees, maybe 50s. It's probably in the 50s Fahrenheit. It's for this Florida man who forgot the hoodie in the truck. It's kind of chilly. There's Minitini. Down we go. I presume that must be the peak of Beartooth Mountain. Doesn't it look like a sharp tooth? This road, definitely not for the faint of heart. I'm really glad they have guardrails in some sections. This here is called Beartooth Basin, and it is America's only summer ski hill, open May through early July. Well, we're in Montana. Not for very long, unfortunately, but nevertheless, we're in Montana. Or should I say, Montana. Tony Montana, you know. Anyway, it's really cool that they have a pull-out for you to take the picture. Every state should do that, have a pull-out, so you can take the picture with the sign. fascinating. The engineering behind building a road like this. Had I had the brain for that's something that I would have loved to study. The engineering of like where to put the switchbacks and. And we've made it back to civilization. This is called Red Lodge. Very cute town here. Very picturesque town. We'll return one of these days. Red Lodge, Montana. It's gonna be a long drive from here to our next destination, but sometimes you have to put in the miles. And this is one of those occasions. Not necessarily the most scenic drive either, at least this part. Are those the Bighorn Mountains I see in the distance? We must be getting close to Wyoming. Yes, we're going back to Wyoming. And back in Wyoming we are. Well, Montana, see you next year. Barely knew you. Actually, to say I visited Montana would be a little bit of a stretch, right? What a strange looking cloud. It is just gorgeous around here. There's some beautiful colors in the sky tonight here in Wyoming. Well, pretty tired here. Actually, I won't lie about it. I was on the road for about 12 hours. I mean, not driving like consecutively the 12 hours, but I was on the road for a good while. And but we've made great progress. We are here in Buffalo, Wyoming, and the idea tomorrow is to see Devil's Tower, go all the way to Mount Rushmore, and then we'll see. Well, a very cool campground. They have a pool. I'm doing laundry. I'll put a picture of the pool. because I'm not going back there. Sunset is upon us. Beautiful sunset here in Wyoming. And yes, I have some stickers to mail, some CDs to mail, some work to do, and we'll hit the road again tomorrow. Well, good morning. We're going to Devil's Tower, so I only thought it would be appropriate to wear my alien shirt, just in case we're running into a close encounter of the third kind. I'm going to drive into downtown Buffalo because I need to mail some CDs and some stickers, so let's take care of that first. It's been like 10 days since my last shipment. All these clouds must be the spaceship going down. I think that's it. Here they have the historical marker with some information, and there it is, Devil's Tower. Let's continue. Admission is $25 per vehicle, but of course if you have the America the Beautiful annual pass, it is free, or included I should say. The only thing, I'm gonna have to drop the trailer halfway up, which is fine. Actually, I'm glad they have that option. Well, here we are. I gotta drop the trailer off if I wanna go the rest of the way, so might as well. I mean, I'm here. You know, it's one of the smallest pamphlets from the National Park Service, but you know, I'm collecting this. It says Scenic Tower View up this gravel road, so let's go for it. Well, yeah, we've made it. Here's this is like a vista point where you can see Devil's Tower right there. It is actually quite a sight to see it in person. Let's do the tower trail here. 2 kilometers, 1.3 miles, and it goes around the tower. The Butte. That's the Bellefourche River down there. Yep, happy cows and big horns. This whole area, by the way, is sacred to over 20 Native American tribes. I guess climbing up is allowed. I think you have to get a permit or something. That would be a cool thing to do, I guess. I betcha the views from the top are amazing, not to mention the aliens. Hello there, little fella. Check it out, it's Bambi. And the sun came out, just as we are about to leave. a new state awaits. Yes, new state. We're going into South Dakota. This here is Hewlett, considered the best little town in the West. Seems like a nice touristy town. Here, right next to Devil's Tower and relatively close to the Black Hills, Mount Rushmore, the Badlands. We're very close to the geographic center of the nation, right here coming up in Belfouche. But I'm tired. I want to get to the campground and rest.
Driving to the east, going home. I have been away for too long. Driving to the east, going home. I have been away for too long.
Well, good morning, Earthlings. We're departing. We're gonna see the presidents today. You know, Mount Rushmore. And we're gonna see a couple of things around the area, maybe Badlands National Park, and then Nebraska. By the way, very nice KOA here in Rapid City, South Dakota. And usually the people who run the campground make the campground, and the people have been very nice.
I know, there's a lot more to this area than just Mount Rushmore. But as I said at the beginning, time is of the essence. And after Mount Rushmore, I think I'm going to rush even more. See what I did there? Okay, there it is. We saw it. Let's continue. I'm joking. Of course, I'm gonna pay the $10 parking. We've come this far.
Let me tell you something. They are very organized. Alright, let's do this.
Here we are, Mount Rushmore. As I was saying, super organized with the parking. They have a bunch of employees telling you where to go. It is a well-run operation.
I decided to change into a slightly more appropriate shirt because we're here, right? And let's go to the entrance.
Originally conceived by a South Dakota historian in order to promote tourism in the region, and it worked. It is nowadays South Dakota's top tourist attraction. Sculpted from 1927 to 1941, there they are: Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. And unfortunately, the Grand View Terrace is undergoing renovations, so this is as close as we can get. Which is kind of a bummer, but I'm sure by the time you watch this, it'll be completed. Washington, of course, the first president, and he represents the foundation of American democracy. Jefferson greatly expanded the nation with the Louisiana Purchase. Roosevelt, known for his conservation efforts, and Lincoln presided during the Civil War, and he represents the preservation of the nation at all costs. Here's a sculpture of the sculptor, who also designed Stone Mountain in Georgia. And I was gonna do one of the trails, but maybe not.
Yeah, this was one of those iconic, almost bucket list places that you always want to visit. And very glad we finally made it here. Unfortunately, the main terrace is under renovation or construction, so this is as close as we can get to it.
Why am I coming this way? You'll see. You'll see. There's another iconic view coming up, and there he is, Washington in profile. Did you know the original plan called for Mount Rushmore to depict the president's head to waist? But in 1941 they ran out of money, so they only completed the heads. The town of Keystone here, very touristy, which is understandable given the amount of tourism this area gets. Wall Drugstore. I've heard of that place. I've seen several signs along the way, so let's stop.
Let's go see this Wall Drug place. Apparently a popular spot, especially with RVers. There's a lot of RVs parked here.
What was originally a very small drugstore here in the middle of nowhere back in 1931 eventually evolved into the current monstrosity. Business really picked up when they started offering free ice water to travelers heading to the newly opened Mount Rushmore, and the rest is history. A bunch of businesses have sprouted around it, and it seems to me like the ultimate tourist trap, but let's check it out anyway. Well, it's a mall, a Western-themed shopping mall, but a mall nonetheless. Okay, so they have a chapel too. Here's the cafe. They have a long line. Let's try across the street.
I was gonna have lunch there or here. Here's that. There's like long line. It's gonna take forever, and I'm not really that hungry yet. So let's go see the Badlands. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a big thing. South Dakota wine. There you go.
I'm gonna make me some coffee and continue. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't take that place anymore. I just don't get it, but I'm clearly in the minority on that one. Let's go into Badlands National Park, and there's supposed to be lots of free boondocking somewhere around here to the left, right before entering the park. But today, I'm just going to do a drive-through. The main loop road is 22 miles, and that's what we're gonna do today. We'll spend the night somewhere in Nebraska. Let's stop here at the Pinnacles Overlook, and naturally, a bunch of cars parked in the RV section. It's very windy today. Well, yeah, very impressive landscape, and very vast.
This is of course the worst possible time of the day to come here because it is high noon, so you don't get to see the shadows, and all the texture on the land, which is quite amazing actually.
Nice. There's an interesting looking little trailer, probably very light. Do you notice the subtle change in the color of the rocks? Well, these are called yellow mounds. Very interesting. There's an overlook coming up, but I'm gonna go a little further up the road. This is called Beartooth Basin Overlook.
The Beartooth Basin Overlook.
We can see a little bit of the yellow mounds down there, and then this amazing otherworldly landscape. There are a dozen or so, probably more actually, of these overlooks, each giving us a slightly different view at this amazing land.
What's going on here? What do we have here?
They seem to be bighorn sheep, and such a beautiful landscape. There they are, just chilling, relaxing, keeping cool in the prevailing prairie breeze, enjoying the view. What a life, huh? Gonna make one final stop here at Panorama Point Overlook, and then off we go. I hope you have enjoyed the Badlands as much as I did. Definitely a unique sight in this earth of ours. Now, we're gonna go south for a little bit. And if you ever wanted to know what Nebraska looked like, you're in for a treat because for the next couple of days, we're going to be driving through the Great Plains. Not only Nebraska, but Kansas, Iowa, Minnesota. The adventure continues as we make our way back east. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you on the road.
I'm riding in